No. 16 of 16. Okay, we are live. Good evening, Gtsa. We're just doing a little bit of admin stuff. Qualifying hasn't started yet. You can just have a little watch while the guys are practicing. I'm going to go quickly share the link. How you doing?
Yes. Welcome everybody. Hope everyone's keeping nice and warm on this winter's evening. We've just come from a dramatic race in Pool 4. Stephen and I were in there together. And we welcome you to the first race, Gtsa Season 2 of 2025. It's going to be a crack of a season. It is a manufacturer's season, which means whatever manufacturer you pick, that's your Group 4 and Group 3 car. Today we are live. What's the name of this track? I forget. Anyway, we are live here, and it's going to be a wet one. How did you find your race, Steve?
It was good. Second place. Not bad for not knowing what car I was going to race until 2 minutes before the start. Yeah, I had a good dice with, I think it was Sticks. Every time the rain came, if he didn't pit, I did pit. Then I came out the pits. Didn't quite catch him when he came out because I fueled full and he didn't. Then when it dried up, I did the right thing. I pitted a lap before him, made up some time. And then the last time we were within a second and a half of each other. He didn't pit, so I pitted. Probably should have stayed with him and then battled in the rain, but I thought let's go for the big wet undercut. If we got caught in that, we would have been in trouble. He just made it. So well done to him. We made 2 right calls, I made 1, and he took the win. How did you enjoy your race, Trivs? We are Team Suzuki up front, so we're going to battle next week in the GR3. But how did you find your manufacturer?
Yeah, so I went for Lambo purely because I knew it was a good solid Group 3, Group 4 overall. I was quite happy with it. Got a bit held up in the back and then had some nice battles as well. I finished 7th overall. Wasn't too bad, could have done better. Just made some silly mistakes. But yeah, it was quite entertaining. Strategy was on point. I didn't get caught in the rain unexpectedly. I knew what was going down. But yeah, Sticks, man, his strategy worked perfectly. I saw every time the rain just started to come down, that's when he entered the pits, and he was quite far ahead of most of the pack as well. So yeah, very good. Very good. I just want to check with the chat. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yeah.
I know that not always does my voice come through. So can you just ask
You're sounding smooth as hell, but let's see. Volume, I can't hear you. Milos, can you hear him? It's just not loud. You want him to shout into his microphone. Mr. Melosi, I thought you were going to race. Did you enter? How did it go? Sean, welcome TNR. Sean, first race on a wheel. Kendog, talk louder. Is that for me or for Trivs or for both?
When have you seen these messages? It's not coming up on my live chat. There we go. He must not shout.
Okay, but just...
more massive.
I see we had Uncle Babby saying he's going to be in Pool 1 next week. Well done to him. We looking at the cars quickly. We've got Savvy on ads in the Hurricane. They're doing the reset for qualifying, so we'll check what else. I think Thunderdome also early in a Merc unless he changed. Mr. Malos, deal with it on track. Come and bump me off. I'll give you permission. You just have to get to Pool 3. Calum Pace on the Citroen, Thunderdome's in the Merc, Nadima's in the 458. Who else we got here? It keeps chopping and changing. Jensen's in the Huracan. S&P came in, D-Man came in, Cad's Huracan, Ghost Killer Pace in the Ferrari. So we've got quite a selection here. No Suzuki, sadly. Come on, Team Suzuki, let's see. Nope, Rav's in the Cayman. Supermanny's in the Supra, you're still in the Cayman, so quite a few Porsches. They are qualifying, so we're going to jump on track and follow them. I saw Kernel's doing 36, mid 36, low 36s last night. I'm not sure what the optimum time is, so I'm sure we'll see a few guys going in that sort of pace. all the guys in the chat.
Definitely.
Tell us how your race went, who you backing, who you backing for the season, what manufacturer in. Give us a whole bunch, and while we're at it, we got Punkham saying good evening Gtsa community, welcome to the awesome league with some massive competition. See, we got all kinds of teams and individuals lining up here, so I believe, I don't see a TNR here, but I believe there are some TNR recruits. Sean from SNS now with TNR. You saw him in the chat earlier. Tell us how your race went. What pool? 2, 3?
Yeah. Can you hear me a bit better now?
Yeah, now you sound, you're not as smooth as you were, you're a lot deeper. You sound like you're about to sing Barry Manilow.
Yeah, maybe one day. So just running through the chats here, I see Molose saying, are you dating me? Molose, if I'm not mistaken, nobody's dating you. Don't stress.
Shame.
You'll find that special someone soon.
Dude, you just burned him harder than Red Bull did Horner.
Oh, yeah, that's, oh my god. What do you guys make of that? Tell us in the chat. What do you make of Horner being given Das Boot?
Das Horn. I see the poll on, let me actually go look what the result was. I did see it this morning, but I was working, so I didn't actually read it. We did a poll that said he was fired because he's lost his main asset, which is Verstappen. He was fired because he's already negotiating with Ferrari, both, or I can't remember option 4. I'll tell you now. Yeah, there's a lot of chat today. Option 4 was none of the above. 4 votes for leaving for Ferrari, 3 for because he lost Verstappen to Merck, 2 votes for both, and 2 votes for none of the above. So Pumpkin Patch is no 9BR guys, so he's rooting for Thunderdome tonight.
Yeah. So just before we get into the racing, today is a very special race. We are doing a tribute to for 2 of our long-standing competitors here at GTSA. So if you guys would please just give me a few seconds to say a couple of things about them. So RSA Rusty recently lost his dad, Julius Adams. We were chatting to him recently about this as well. It's never an easy time when you lose a loved one, and the great thing about the GTSA community is that we always here for everybody, and you're never alone. So to Julius Adams, a great father, great friend, somebody with the biggest heart, always willing to help the person next to him, and the definition of actions speaks louder than words. Julius, you are missed, and we hope you can hear the boys revving their engines and trying to keep it on track just for you. We've also got MGR Dino, Dean Henning, who lost his mom recently. She would have been 76 on the 5th of July. She was an avid F1 and MotoGP fanatic, lover of all motorsports, and in the early days she grew up in East London, where she spent a lot of time at the East London circuit, and Dina was fortunate enough to watch a couple of the Grand Prix races there. She was fortunate enough to watch a couple of the Grand Prix races there in the 60s. She kept written notes in an A4 cover book of every single F1 race results, pole positions, fastest laps, absolute fanatic. Till the last GP before she passed. So to her, Sheila Henning, we know your blood runs deep with fuel, and we hope that this little tribute that we've put together today is just for the families, just to show you guys you're not alone. We're here, and you'll never be forgotten. Proudly showing on there. I think Jensen's got it. We're watching Jensen now. Jensen's got it on his rear quarter panel, and it's not an easy thing to go through, guys, and just please remember you're never alone. The GTSA family is always here, always strong. So rest in peace, Julius Adams, Sheila Henning. Much love.
We can see on Kalen's car that we're looking at under the number board under Gtsa, it's got Sheila and Julius's names there. Thanks for that, Trivs. We've already had the first flying laps. I think the first flying lap's normally the one that counts here. Currently Kalen's on pole, SF1 Nadim is second, Cad's third, Yasil fourth, Thunderdome fifth, D-Man sixth, Ravanti seventh, Ghost Killer eighth, Panic Potato ninth, Savvy ninth, Sirius Sam 10th, S&P ninth, but now we've got a couple guys pitting, so the order is going to be a little bit out. But yeah, we're waiting for the start in about 20 seconds. I see Panic Potato is actually showing us second now, so we'll just have to see on the grid. Panic Potato being a newcomer from TNR, sorry, we do have a TNR driver here, correct myself. You can see all the guys chopping and changing tyres. Loving Kalen's livery. The brave man with the Citroen, not the first time. It's the Paceway. We've got Sam driver Cads, looking good in the Reeds Lamborghini. Ghost Killer Pace, traditional dark livery. Bit of a ghosted horse there, I like on the back. So yeah, Pool 1 about to start, first race season 2. I am going to... So it's going to be a pace driver. Let me go with Kalen just for fun. So Jensen's on pole. Kalen's old school. I've always put my money on Mr. Pace. Lights out, and away we go. Got a good start by a couple of the Porsches there, jumping the Alpha mid-pack. Jensen drops down to third. I was quite surprised. I only went from pole to second off the start with the front wheel drive. I was worried about sinking like a Titanic. So Kalen gets a lead off the line. Panic Potato now second. Jensen drops to third in the Lambo. A four-wheel drive not getting off the line as well. S&P's moved up quite a few places. Let's look at the tyres. Kalen's on mediums. Is anyone not on mediums? We know it's going to be roughly a 9-lap stint. We've got Colonel's on softs. He's in an Alpha though, so that's understandable.
Cheat code Alpha.
Cheat code. And then we've got Savvy also there. Kalen just got taken out or spun, so there goes my theory of the win possibly. Did not see what happened there, but that's very unfortunate. So 9 seconds off the lead now. We'll have to just have a look at that. Back to the front, Panic Potato and Jensen are battling over the lead with S&P right there. I think S&P is going to get a 10-second penalty just for having a Martini livery. If anyone knows me, we don't normally. I'm not the Martini fan, but it is on a Porsche, which is legit where it's supposed to be. It's not like every second Martini livery that's on a random car just because it's easy to make. Ghost Killer looking good on that Ferrari. F1 Nadim.
Some epic liveries for the season, and we're very much looking forward to the rest of the cars coming through. Hopefully you guys change it up every couple races or so. We don't want to get bored of the liveries, but yeah.
Jean knows my other favourite's a Golf, so he almost made one for me. It's Golf Suzuki wouldn't look good, but I had my All-Star, not All-Star, what's the Suzuki MotoGP sponsor X-Star Oils livery on tonight. Don't have time to make one. We'll have to make a team livery for next week. So yeah, Steele's currently 7th. Kennel's in 9th, first of the soft runners. He needs to make a bit of a move with those tyres, but as the other guys start getting away, he's going to start coming through. It's only 3 seconds off the lead at the moment, running the MGR colours. Sarah Sam sitting 10th. Ooh, someone just, D-Man went very deep and into the wall. Kalen comes through. So Kalen's already made up about 3/10 on the leaders. It's just a pity he's 9.5 seconds back. Top two breaking away slightly. Not sure what happened with Jensen there. He appeared to be off-roading, but the lag came back on. Kalen did have damage, but I think it's light damage, so it should be gone by now. Yeah, no heavy damage on a wet race, just because I'm a kind admin. didn't want to make it too murderous for round one.
I think a lot of people are grateful for that. So just want to jump into the chats. Kendall, like Steven said, no heavy damage. Gran saying, thanks, Stiggs, first race back after more than a year. Welcome back, Sean. We are very much happy to have you back, especially us here at the Pace team. We missed you, brother.
Who's that?
RSA Rusty saying, so that was Jean-Claude Abraham.
Okay, yes.
He's part of the Pace team, so we have missed him. RSA Rusty saying, you guys have my mom in tears here, but she says thank you for the privilege.
Shout out Mama Rusty.
Yeah, Mama Rusty, we appreciate you, my brother, we appreciate her, and just hope that this small gesture can just bring some sort of much love. Stings coming in and saying, John Claude wants speed, good luck in Pool 2 next week, see you in Pool 1, definitely, that man is quick, he is super quick, you're definitely going to see him up there fighting with the likes of Kalen Jensen, Panic Potato, SMP Pro. This is quite an exciting race, it is, eh? Guys are chopping and changing positions almost every sector.
Looking at pace was good as well, 54.3 on mediums, flying along. But we do know in about 5-6 laps the rain's going to come, and even Kalen with fortunate incidents early on, they might just be in the right place on track to catch up. I know the game does favour you if you're behind on a wet track because it drives quicker ahead of you, so you have slightly more grip than the cars ahead if you in a big train. It does tend to bunch a pack up, so there's still a long way to go here, 17 laps. Rav's sitting in 13th. We love Rav, but we love Rav in commentary, so as much as I always want to see him do well, I also want to see him get knocked out so he can come join me on the comms next week. Rav's having a good battle there with his teammate Supermanny. Always good to see Supermanny in Pool 1. I think he was one of our most improved drivers a couple of years ago. When Supermanny has time to put into practice, he's as quick as the rest. Always good to see him. Savvy, is this Savvy Unchained? Is that Savvy got your ass from a few years ago? Same guy?
I think so.
Yeah, good to have Savvy back though, if it is the same. Otherwise, welcome new Savvy. Serious Sam also running a Citroen. He's right behind Kennels in the Alpha. I'm surprised Kennels is stuck in the 55s at the moment. He's doing 53s, like I said. He's probably getting bullied by these slightly bigger cars that are a little bit quicker down the straight, getting stuck in the pack here and can't get through to show his pace. Steele's 8th. What's Yass in a Porsche? Steele, the man of many strategies. If there's a alternate strategy, that's the man that's going to do it and pull it off. Thunderdome sitting at the front of the saw train here in that Merc. I don't know how he's getting around the track. I like using Merc normally in manufacturers, but that car in this track is a bit of a tank. Nadim's got second ahead, a second behind basically, so he's a little bit of no man's land. Catch his breath in 6. Cad's battling with Ghost Killer. SMP's got a few tenths, and then up ahead we've got a second to Jensen and Panic Potato, who are having a good battle. Punkin, yep, always good to see us still on track. He's only missed a season or two. I know he's got law ones and other things going on, so great to see him back. Hopefully he can also dedicate the time for Pool 1. Guys, don't realise in the lower pools, when you get to Pool 2, Pool 1, you're actually almost obligated to now go and make an effort just to keep up, because you don't want to be the guy that's still going faster than everyone else in the bottom pools, but you're at the back of the streamed pool. So Panic Potato and Jensen open another half second. That's what they did there. 55.5. It's not as quick as I thought they'd be going. Singh says crucial point approaching.
Race pace and quali pace always very, very different, and I think we're seeing the different plays coming through now where maybe guys are trying to save the tires a little bit more right now.
Look at this battle, 6th to 10th, I think. Nadim 5th to 10th. Nadim, Cads, Thunderdome. They're almost 3-4 abreast going through the first turn now. They're two little bunches of 3. But still fighting Nadim, Cads, Thunderdome. Further back it's Kennels getting through on Sam and Steele. Some pace on pace violence there. They're in a line, but the 4 ahead of them are still battling. Watch Thunderdome on Nadim here. Sorry to anyone in the stream if I mispronounce your name. I'm handsome, but not
that's like
dyslexic.
Time,
yeah, but they say you can't be good looking and clever. So I don't know. I got neither. Self burn.
Very good move by Kennels on Thunderdome.
Yeah. Great little pack here. We're just going to quickly check the 2 at the front. There's still no Sitel. You're a Lambo driver for this season. How did you find it on this track?
It was actually quite nice in this track. You had to drive it like properly. You couldn't any little mistake and the car would show the flags. But it was very stable, especially in the wet. It was very easy to handle. It wasn't very dramatic. But I do think that some cars here handle better than others. The Lambo is definitely not the best. Maybe I just suck at driving, but it is definitely up there. It is a decent shot. Yeah, especially the combination Group 3, Group 4.
I was just looking at it. If you look at the tyre wear at the moment, I'll give you a few seconds to catch up. Panic Potato in the, what is he in? Citroen. It's got a fair amount of wear. Then Jensen is behind him. Jensen's got much better tyres at this point. That's why he's all over the back. S&P, Ghost Killer, they're quite worn. Cads on the Lambo, another Lambo. He's made his way up to 6 now. Then we've got Nadim, Thunderdome. Sam's doing quite well. Steele's doing quite well. Rav's well. Kalen's catching onto the back. He's still only 9.3 off the lead, so he's running the leader's pace. Maybe 0.2 of a second quicker since we last checked on him overall. So he's busy coming through the field. He's past Manny, and something must have happened to Savvy on lap 4. He did a 2:15. Unfortunately for him. But yeah, Panic Potato's going to be under pressure for these last few laps before the rain comes. Just looking at those tyres.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
To see what happens to the guys. Hopefully there's no incident issues, but if we can get some replays from them, the guys that are like Kalen in the beginning and Savvy, just to see what happened, because we can't do all of the racing.
Yeah. So just quick shout out to our sponsors, TGN Racing Simulators. He was managed to miss Werner. We were supposed to have a chat today. I was going to invite him on to say hi to everyone, but maybe next week. Then Right Recruitment, DC Gaming's mom's got it going on with the sponsorship, and thanks to her. And yeah, Rhino Utilities, Mr. Jacques, busy racing iRacing. I don't think he's entered the season in the lower pools, but Jacques, you're always welcome to just jump in. And yeah, thanks to the sponsors. Zokan, who can you hear? Can you hear me or Trivs?
No, I think Zokan can barely hear me. I'm going to try and reset my mic as well. I'm on a very horrible headset mic at the moment. So give me a second. I'll see if I can sort this out.
Okay, just check your balance as well in the party chat. Maybe you got more sound and not enough volume or something.
Test.
Okay, the chat says Trivs. Let us know when you can hear Trivs better.
Is that better? Is that better? Hello. Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
You can see Panic Potato. I can hear you. They say same.
Awesome.
Panic Potato understeering quite a bit on the downhill sector. Still got Jensen right behind him. So good drive from Jensen. The CAD guy's always up front, but he's possibly because of seeding. They say maybe you must just talk louder. Just shout, make your neighbours hear you, Trivs. These two have...
I'll try.
Yeah, the guys have opened up a 4-second gap to Cads. For a second I thought Cads was about to pit. Cads was overtaken S&P. I actually think S&P must have had a bad lap there or something. No, he's just had a couple slow laps. His right front is absolutely dead in the Porsche. I did do 2 laps in the Porsche, and the tyre wear for me was very high, so it looks like even the pros are battling a bit. S&P running 56s, Cads running 55s. Cads was actually slightly quicker than the leaders last time around. Doing a good job there. Another Lambo driver. Ghost Killer pace also in the 56s in the Ferrari. Sam 56s, 58 last time for Kennels. He's in a major battle here. Nadim Thunderdome. Yeah, Steel, Rav and KLM pace. So we basically have 12th place to... Who's at the front? 7th to 12th place with 6 just ahead. So we're going to put you on board with Thunderdome for a bit. Does he go for the move on Nadim? Nope, but on... So yeah, Steel just decided to go visit Gravel Trap.
No.
I don't know, joined at the wrong time there, but I thought Thunderdome was going to go for the move on Nadim. Nadim went wide, so Thunderdome did get through, but in the meantime, I think he actually took avoiding action for Yas, who came through. Okay, so we can see that
quite unfortunate.
The clouds are coming. As we said earlier, the rain's going to help. So Kalen's now dropped about 2.5 seconds on the leaders, but that's because he's stuck in this pack. 11th place. He's right with Ravanti, Nadim, Thunderdome, so that's 8th ahead of him. They've lost a little bit of time, 1.5 seconds to the 3 ahead. But yeah, we've got Ghost Killer only 2 seconds ahead of Kalen in 5th. Ghost Killer's front left is also smoked on that Ferrari. Cooked it harder than George Russell's career. Put it to doof there. I was taking a sip of coffee. Yeah, so do you think Verstappen will replace Russell? I don't think they're getting rid of Kimi, so if it is going to happen, it will be George, I think. Nice move there by Kernels on Ghost Killer. Sam also through. You can see who's got grip and who doesn't. But it is lap 9,
Bryson
and
is definitely struggling with that Ferrari.
we can smell the rain in the air. Bryson's got no grip on at all.
I mean, look at that difference between the Ferrari and the 4C. That is insane.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at Nadim, his front left's better than Bryson's, but he's battling just as hard. Kalen in 11th, looking to go through. Just hold it on the inside, you go tighten up. Kalen goes through, rubs into 9th, Thunderdome still 8th. Look at D-Man on his mediums in the Porsche. Did he pit? No, he hasn't pitted. How are his tyres looking so good? He's coming back into it.
Really well. And he's kept a very consistent pace as well. Look at that. I mean, other than
so lap 2 lost about 8 seconds, but we've got Jastiel. His tyres still look alright in the Porsche. Supermanny is dead in the Supra. Here comes the first batch of rain. Should be a... Now you see, this is where it gets a bit tricky. The leaders are obviously going through. They should have enough time to get to about this point before it rains. But guys like Jastiel, Supermanny, Savvy, they'll probably have to do the last sector in the rain, which is tricky. So do they pit? We see a couple guys up front going in. Ghost Killer's in. He had to with his dead tyres, Maswell. He's losing too much time. Jastiel's in. Supermanny's in. All the guys that had very cooked fronts. Lap 10 was the right lap to go through in my race. Pumpkin says it doesn't look like you'd need inters or wets. It gets just wet enough that you need inters for 2 laps. Uncle Babby says the pit lane's worse than, but I can't see what the rest of you. Kalen's sitting in 9th still. The darkness has arrived. And the rain.
It's dark so quickly. That took me by surprise as well.
Yeah, well, it's a heavy cloud, not just the sky because it actually gets lighter after that. Jensen's got a 2.3 second gap on Panic Potato, so while we're wafting around, he's overtaken and he's maintained his 55s. Panic Potato's dropped off the last 2 laps with the worn tyre. Cads is catching him on with the Lambo, still got some tread left there. S&P really battling with the front left. These guys just want to see the pit entrance now. I know what, S&P's very dark. It's got the yellow headlight covers, but I don't know if he's running. Doesn't look, shows that he's on brights. I mean, just compare the light. Yeah, so it is raining. The leaders are going to make it through. The mid-pack's going to battle here. The guys that did pit are going to have a bit of a heads up. So it's now Inter's territory. We've got Jensen and Panic Potato closed in on the pit lane. Cads is in. S&P is going to make it. He's got Sam right behind him. Sam making a comeback. Rovers just hit the pit lane. Same with Kennel, same with Thunderdomes. What the hell? Same with Kalen. Everyone's just had a major traffic incident. Sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. What the hell? Oh my god, and Kalen just got reset. That's absolute rubbish from the game. Sorry, Kalen. It put him outside the pits now. Besides from the time wasted, he has to stay out. It's cost him the time, but he's got slicks on still. And it wasn't his fault, it was the cars ahead that hit it and then blocked the pit lane. At this point you may as well stay out though, because survive 1 lap and then it's dry enough for the...
Yeah.
Although his mediums are pretty cooked as well. That's very unfortunate. Let's go back to the front. Panic Potatoes all over Jensen at the moment. It's closed right back up to 4/10, so Panic Potatoes seems to have the wet pace at the moment. Both on intermediates. Inters for Cads. Cads is now within 3 seconds of the lead. Sam intermediates. Sam's only 8 seconds back, and we know Sam gets serious in the wet. S&P's dropped to 5th. Was it S&P or who was the first one that hit the pit wall there?
So S&P I think made it through.
Ghost Killer, Kennels, D-Man.
Please correct me in the chats there, guys.
That was chaos, but Kalen's now on a track that's pretty much dry enough for him to stay on his mediums. Only downside is his tyres are going to be dead in a lap or 2. But it's really not worth him pitting now until the heavy rain comes in 5 laps if he can make it. I don't know if he'll be able to. But at least he's in 6th place still. It's tricky for him, but pitting now for Inters and then having to pit 1 lap later is just not going to help him at all. Sad when it's wasn't his fault at all. Let's see what he does. Does he go in or does he carry on going around? And you can see he is struggling in this tight last sector, but it is drying very quickly. You can see the dry line. I almost pitted on this lap, but I did 1 more and Inters just to be safe. Does Kalen go in? He's going to go in. He does need fuel, so... But is he going to put on slicks again, or is he going to fresh slicks? Kendall, it's not my fault.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Would he go onto softs?
I mean, at this point you need a gamble.
Is the dry line will be for me?
For me, I'd gamble. See what he does. I'm not the one that has to drive around on a wet track though with slicks. Come on, Kalen. Looks like he's gone mediums. Filling up. Pumpkin patch 30 seconds for Suzzbox.
Softs, there we go.
Yeah. So you can see now it is showing us slick / into kind of conditions. This lap will be a bit sketchy, but next lap everyone else is going to come in. Kalen should make up time on them actually now. We can see they all got Inters on a dry track. Flash says, get the Mickey. Mr. DNG, would have been nice to see you this season. Can always come join us jump in the bottom pools and see if you can make your way up.
See, Savvy's got a 0.5-second penalty, so that's going to give Safwan Nadim the position.
Yeah, that rain opened up some gaps, those close battles we're having. Jensen's coming in, Panic Potato's joining him. Panic Potato nudges him, but luckily he manages to make pit lane. I don't think anyone will go through, shouldn't be. So you can see a lot of these guys are going to need to fuel, which Kalen's done. He's on the right tyres for 6 more laps, which his softs will make. So we can see Kalen was 51 seconds behind.
Yeah, possibly, but
he was 6 when he pitted, but that was really weird, because how it turned out, I don't know if he had stayed out and not pitted, how much time he would have lost on that one lap. So if someone had tried that strategy of staying out an extra 2 laps and then pitting for softs like he did. So here comes Kalen. He had made up a second on the last sector already. You can see he's coming out into the pack. So from being, 51 seconds, he's now 26 back. He's into 9th place, so not all is lost. Great recovery there by Mr. Pace. Unfortunate incident at the start, all that hard work to get it to 6 and then jammed in the pits, but he's only... Yeah, that only cost him, all that drama cost him about 12 seconds at the end of everything. Cost him a bit more, but then he made back some, because he's only 25 off the lead. So our current running order: Jensen's opened up 1.5 on Panic Potato, Cad's 1.3 back, still within 3 seconds of the lead. Thunderdome's now 4th, he's 6.9 off the lead. He is on Interstall though, he hasn't pitted. So he's very bravely going to try and last until lap 18ish. Might be a little bit of a stretch. Although he might go until...
Those tires are going to die quickly on the dry line.
Yeah. If he... I'm trying to think what he could do. If he goes 2 more laps on them and kills it, but then puts on Inters again, he'd have 3 laps on them now. I think his best bet would be to pit now for softs. He's gone a lap too long, I think. Serious Sam's right behind him. You can see how much more grip the softs have at this point. Thunderdome does go in, right move. So Sam's currently 4th. S&P's in 5th. Ghost Killer will move up to 6th. We've got some 6.3 litres eating tyres, says Stings. Kalen, Rav goes 7th, Kalen goes 8th. Yeah, still in 9th after his adventures earlier. Superman 10th. Kennels with the OP Alpha struggling more than I expected. Not sure if he's had some issues. Definitely, but he's doing what I normally do, running a little bit off the pace on race night. Thunderdome 12th now that he's pitted. Pitted for fresh mediums, so it's a bit surprising, but you do only get... I only got 3 laps before my front right was killed in the Merc, so not surprised. He's got about 4.5 laps to go. D-Man's doing a bit of a disco behind. You hear the tyres. Nadim in the Ferrari, he's had some adventures, I think with the dead front tyres and then on the wets. And Savvy bringing up the rear in 15th at the moment, but anything can still happen if the leaders pit 1 lap too late. So I think end of lap 18 is the right time to pit, but if your rain comes 10 seconds earlier and you get stuck out, you can lose 40 seconds in a flash. Uncle Babby saying an interesting choice with the Citroens. Citroen isn't the best car, but it's that neither of them are bad. They're both usable, let's put it that way. We've got Jensen and Panic Potato battling. 54.3 for Jensen, 53.8 for Panic Potato. Really enjoying his softs at the moment. So these two Panic Potato was ahead, then Jensen got in. Now Panic Potato's caught back up. Cads are still just 1.4 seconds off Panic Potato, but he's also caught Jensen. Sam is 9 seconds further back. S&P 2 seconds from him. Very impressed with S&P's Porsche drive. It wasn't a favourite for mine. I think that's more of a choice for have a strong GR3. Raventy in 7th. He's right behind Ghost Killer. Rav's refusing to come commentate next week. He wants to get into the top 6. Kalen's just behind these guys. Starting to see a bit of wear on his softs, but he's got a couple laps before the rain comes, so they should be fine there. Yeah, still on fresh softs. Manny, Kennels, Thunderdome. Still surprised Thunderdome went for the mediums. D-Man on softs right behind him. That's a border between the relegation places at the moment. Mr. DNG, what about TASP? Have you ever heard of TASP? T-A-S-P. All the OG guys know what TASP is.
Oh, we love TASP. I never thought I'd be part of TASP, but here we are. But yeah, the guys are making some very good points. This season is a good mix and variety of vehicles. We don't only have a one make like we've had in the past for certain races, but I think that's because guys are choosing a vehicle that they're not just comfortable with, but also has a decent Group 3. So that shows that there's a lot of forward thinking happening. Not just a lot of piggybacking onto one vehicle or one manufacturer. So it's very nice to see. We are seeing some strong ones. We are seeing some very strong ones. I knew Stephen was going to go for the Suzuki from day one.
I just love that GR4, man. The Suzuki GR4 is so much fun to drive.
Yeah, and you were quick in it because you love that car. You're very quick in it. Yourself and Sticks were using that.
This was the only track that in GT Sport that I ever got into the top 100 on daily races, and I don't time trial. That was just in between races. I got into the top 100. I think I won. I entered 15 races. It was front wheel drives only in the VW. 15 races. I won 8. Came second in 7.
Nice.
But yeah, I did try the VW. It was almost as quick as the Suzuki. Had better tyre wear and better fuel, but I just enjoy the Suzuki more. Would have been a good choice though to have a Golf and a Beetle GR3, so I'm kind of regretting it. Malot says that pile-up was insane. We're going to need to get some video clips of that pile-up. First time in Gtsa history we've had a 5-6 car pile-up in the pit lane. It did open the gap between...
we can start a blooper reel.
Yeah. Between first and... I think Cad's got through, Sam wasn't involved, S&P was through, but then like Rav, Ghost Killer, Kalen...
Everyone behind that, yeah.
See, Kalen's on the back of Ghost Killer now. Rav's got past and pulled the gap. Ghost Killer's battling with tyres again. We are coming up to end lap 16, so it's we've got another lap and a half before the rain comes. The trick though is all these guys are 20-30 seconds behind. If they pit with 3 to go, it's actually not a bad idea. The guys in front pit with two to go, they'll get round without losing too much time.
So Ken is bringing up a very good point. Does the person who caused the pile get penalized?
I very much doubt it from what I saw. Because someone crashed into the wall on their own, but then everyone else drove into them on the slicks in the wet. So if someone hit someone into the pit lane...
It's very possible. Yeah, so it's very possible, Ken. It just depends on the entire incident as a whole. We can't just look at the one small portion that we saw on stream and make a decision there. We have to take the entire incident as a whole. Was it a racing incident? Was it just braking on wet tires, wet track with dry tires? We're not sure, so we have to look at the entire thing. And that's what happens with all incidents. So please, guys, please remember, if you have an incident to report, please use the link provided in the pool chat. Place your reports, make it as detailed as possible, and show all angles that are relevant.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but on the bottom right on the weather map, I can see some blue on its way.
Yeah. So guys are either going to be thinking about pitting this lap or they're going to pit next. Let's see what Caleb does. He's going to risk it.
Well, Caleb hasn't used wet tyres in the race, so he may as well put a set on. His front left is pretty cooked, so it's hard to say, mate. I'd probably consider going in for inters now, but then it's almost full wets on the last lap, so it'll be interesting to see what Caleb does. It does look a little bit of waste also. Probably go around one more time. Yeah, as he does. Steele goes in. He's hoping for chaos. So he's doing what I did. Other guys go through, you may as well pit and hope to make a bit of a bonus that way. Someone at the back there just dummied himself into the pits. Who was that? I think it was D-Man. Took a swerve to the pits and then last minute decided not to. So it's only Steele and Superman Savvy that have gone in. The leaders, they're already halfway around. They should be fine. Jensen Cads is now up to second. So it's the Sam 1-2. Panic Potatoes just dropped behind. But we can see Panic Potato having that same issue previous session. Front left is cooked and the two Lambos are a little bit better off. Not much, but enough to get past. So they should all peel into the pits now. It's not wet yet, but they won't make it around another lap, I don't think. Serious Sam's going along. He's also battling for grip. Same with S&P, almost as bad. That's your battle for 4th and 5th. S&P looking up the inside. Sam's just understeering half off the track there. So Sam lets S&P through. They should be pulling in. I mean, they can't go around on slicks now. They'll probably be slower than if they're on inters. Go to the guys at the front. Through the last chicane. Do they pit? Box for Jensen. Cads. Panic Potato all in. The rain's almost on the track.
So Ken's voiced exactly what I was trying to say, but trying to get a word in here is crazy with the amount of action happening. There are 48 of us in the chat at the moment watching the stream. Please, if you can, like the stream, if you can subscribe to Gtsa if you're not already. It just helps us get out there a bit more, helps our sponsors, and with more sponsors we can do more nice things and give nice prizes. So every like and subscription helps.
Definitely.
There's the answer for you, Ken. Sponsors are Right Recruitment, TGN Racing Simulator,
The rain has come.
Today,
So the guys at
Garage, Zappa Gaming, Mayfair Gearbox, and Rhino Utility Zanin.
Yeah. We need to update that, but shout out to Zappa.
Yeah.
Rip Uncle Dirk. Well, not Uncle Dirk, Dirky. While we're at it, Savvy, Ghost Killer. I don't think the guys that pitted the lap earlier got much benefit. The guys got round with enough time. We have a lap and a half to go. Jensen from Cads, from Panic Potato. They're all separated by less than a second and a half. It's time to see with grip who is the king of the rain in the front three for the win. Who's your money on, Tribs?
For the win, I'm going to go with Jensen. Jensen's been quite consistent this race, and that Lambo in the rain, my lord, it is fantastic. And you know, Jensen does some magic things on track. Don't count Cads out of this one, mate, because Cads also, there might be some Sam on Sam violence there. We're not sure if team order will take place, but yeah, Sam, Cads and Jensen definitely strong contenders. Yeah. Panic Potato, I don't know if Alpha Pacific is in the rain, but definitely can give them a run for the money.
I was going to say the same, but it looks like Cads is holding up Panic Potato at the moment. I don't know if that's strategy. I think he's just struggling a little bit more than Jensen. Jensen's opened a second. Panic Potato's all over the back of Cads. He's going to try, I think, good exit out this last sector and then try line it up for the first corner possibly, but It is the start of the last lap, so I don't know if even already he's 1.7 behind Jensen, so even if he gets through, I don't know if he's got enough time and pace to catch up. May as well send it. He's got 16 seconds ahead of S&P. He breaks a little bit early, but Cads drifts wide and Panic Potato gets through. Great move. The opposite of ascend. Put your opponent off into a slide and you just drive past. Nice and early break. So 1.8 from first to second, 1 second from second to third. I'm just going to quickly check on the rest. So S&P and Sam are having their battle still. Ravanti is in 6th. Kalen has got Kennels and right behind him, so that's a battle for 7th and 8th. Kennels was one of the guys that was involved in that pit lane issue earlier. I think the guys that went into the pits and got stuck also lost quite a bit of time, and Kalen got stuck, but then he reset, so at least he could drive, albeit slowly, on slicks in the rain. I'm sure he's happy to have wets this time. Ravanti ahead, quite low on fuel, but he should make it round. Let's go look. Steele's by himself. We've got this train again, Nadim, Thunderdome, Supermanny, D-Man, all battling. The last of these guys gets relegated, the last two actually. So currently it will be D-Man, Manny, Ghost Killer and Savvy. So they want to overtake Thunderdome. Back to the lead, Panic Potato's absolutely flying. He's taken 7/10 off Jensen, but I don't think he's got enough time. There's only about 20 seconds left in the lap. So probably unintentional, but I think Cad's defended for Jensen. He's about to run out of fuel. That could be why the gap's closed. And Jensen comes and takes round 1, season 2. Panic Potato ends up less than a second behind. Cad's in 3rd. Well done to our podium. Great job by the guys, all 3 of them. S&P is still ahead of Sam, or back ahead of Sam. I think he was behind him just now. We'll see a drag to the line. S&P just takes it 0.065. Ravanti closed in on him. He comes 3rd. He had a very good pace in the wet there. Kennels got past Kalen on the right at the end. 209, Kalen did a 210. They're still 9th, 209. Nadim 209 last lap. Here's this battle. Thunderdome 11th, Manny 12th, D-Man 13th. That was also a very tight gap there, 0.054. Ghost Killer is going to hold off Savvy. Shame Ghost Killer had a rough second part of the race. He must have got caught on slicks at some point. And that's our first race done, Trivs. Catch your breath. Let's look at the...
that was fantastic race by all the drivers, we must say. Not as dramatic as we would have thought it would be. The pit lane pile-up did give us some laughs and concerns. But I've got to say, I might sound a bit biased by this, but Kalen, man, had some bad luck this race, but what a drive to come through to clinch 8th position.
All results...
A 30-second gap to the lead.
All results provisional, because we still, for example, don't know what happened with Kalen on lap 1. And we saw a few other people having some off-road incidents that may or may not have been their own accord. We do like to keep it clean, so race 1 and tricky conditions. I think we've noticed in the panel, the first 2 races always seem to have more reports, and then after that everyone calms down, settles down, and it gets quiet in the panel by the end of the season. But shout out to the podium. Well done to Kalen on his recovery. My co-commentator Trivs, thanks. Looks like we're not getting Ravanti back next week, so you're still on duty.
We shall see.
Yeah, and there's your relegation zone. Will be Savvy, Ghost Killer, D-Man and Supermanny. But I'm sure they'll be back. Shout out again, TGN Racing Simulators, Right Recruitment and Rhino Utilities. If you haven't, go follow them on Facebook. We do tag them on our posts, so support the guys that support us, and we shall see you next week. Trivs, last words?
Yeah, thanks guys. It's been an absolute pleasure being back on commentary along with Steven. What a race. What an epic race. We saw some funny stuff as well with that pit lane pileup. We definitely need to make a blooper reel. But here's to a great season 2. We're looking forward to it. Looking forward to having all of you. I've been Tribs, and I have really enjoyed being back here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys possibly next week.
Cool. And last shout, Mr. Adams, Mrs. Henning. That one was for you guys. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.